is basically, when you go into all these religions, it don't connect with life. It doesn't connect with life. Therefore, you can't relate to it. You see what I'm saying? You got that? Yeah.
Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created heaven and the earth.
Yeah. So when you read that, God created heaven and the earth, who do you think that's talking about? Offhand.
God created the heaven and the earth.
Yeah. When it say God, who do you see?
I don't know what God looks like, man.
But you think it's a supreme, you think it's these supreme beings?
Yeah, I'm a monotheist. I believe in one God.
If you ask me, I would just say, you know, what was always there, you know, the all-knowing, the everything, you know, because if he created it, it had to come from, I mean, it couldn't come from nowhere but him, you know, it's nothing else but him.
But it makes sense. This is the point is that when it says God right there, the word right there in Hebrew is Elohim. Elohim, Allah by itself means what? God. Islam, Arabic, it means, you know, the supreme being. But in Hebrew, God just means, Allah just means God, means prince, ruler, king. It just means that. The word, when you put yum at the end of Hebrew, it makes it plural. So now you're not talking about a single person. When it says Elohim, in the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. So what does that tell you? Multiple gods created the heavens and the earth. Now we ain't talking about Zeus, this. No, we're talking about angels. Okay? When you're an architect, the architect don't get out there and be walking with the wood. He just give you the blueprint. And who do the work? The construction workers. Who are the construction workers? The angels. And guess what? We were those angels. So in the beginning, he basically told a group of angels, make me water. They gathered the water, they gathered the elements together. It was like, okay, I like that. Give me this, give me that. And they gathered together and we presented it to him. Now the general manager over all the angels was the Lord, or Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. Okay? You got something?
Yeah, this is Ephesians 3:9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world hath been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Jesus Christ.
Who created all things by Jesus Christ, or Yahweh Shai. Everything was created through him. He was the general manager. He was the lieutenant, you know what I'm saying, the second in command. So he'll say, look, do this for me. You know what I'm saying? Same way you tell your woman, hey, man, make me this. You know, make me that. You know what I'm saying? Then she go out and do it. And you look at it, you look at the food, and it was good. People like, yeah, it's good. That's the same way the Most High did with the world. Okay? Another thing, let's get into when he made the light, right? Go ahead.
Genesis 1:3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw that the light, and that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness.
Yeah, so what is that? What is that, offhand? What would y'all say? Or what would we would learn, what we learned in the churches? I'm sorry. What would you say that means?
When he divided the light from the darkness. It could be like dividing good or evil. You know, it could be.
It could, you know, but it's really the fact that the world, the elements are self-illuminating. Okay, the earth is literally split in half by light and darkness. The earth, the globe, which is scientifically impossible. Consider, and I ain't say scientifically impossible. I'm gonna say, if a person believes that the sun wholly illuminates the earth, that's scientifically impossible. And something this small and something this humongous only illuminates half of the earth. If it's that big, it's gonna illuminate like more than half because of its pure size. Okay, so why does the earth split right down in half? Because the Most High divided the day from the night. Now, that means the elements self-illuminate. You know, so we're gonna go into the other verse where because a lot of people say, oh, that's when he created the day and the night, you know, or like you said, the good and the bad, but he didn't create that. You know, he didn't create. Knowledge always existed. You know, the light, lesser light.
Oh, okay. This is verse 14. It says, And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven
Yeah, let there be lights in the firmament. Go ahead.
to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Yeah, that's a good key. The light, he said he made the lights in the firmament. That's the stars, that's the sun, that's the moon. And he said, what are those things used for? Signs, the seasons, days and years. They'll tell us January, February, March, April, May. But they go up, they be, why do you think they're all out of space, man? They're looking at them stars, they're looking at the constellations, they're trying to figure out what's going on. Because the moon, my point is I'm trying to get to is that the moon dictates the month. Not the January, February, March, April, May. Because at a point, the same calendar that came from, the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar, at a point they had a 3-day weekend. You know, they had. Oh, what's going on?
Just fired out it's short to get home to Lincoln.
Hey, home, look at you.
Well, I drove up here to a funeral and my car broke down, so now I'm stranded.
I ain't got no cash.
Thanks a lot, man.
It's a paperless
I'm about to say
society.
paperless.
I got something for you.
Yeah, he got something, the brothers got something. Bless you.
All right.
It's just
Thanks. Hey, anything, you know, something's always better than nothing.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Thanks a lot, y'all.
Gotta meet my friend. What time do you guys be meeting here?
Normally 6 on the weekends, you know.
I'll be coming to see y'all guys. I gotta go meet my friend.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
You guys, it was good seeing y'all,
It's a
man.
blessing for you to be here, brother.
Yes, sir.
That's all right. Hold it down. You go ahead, man. Hold it down.
Verse 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so.
Yeah, so now we're gonna segue. We're gonna switch into something else. Let's get into Peters. Second Peters, who's something
It's 2 Peter chapter 3.
You start the time.
2 Peter chapter 3 verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance.
Yeah, so the Lord said he's gonna do what? He's gonna stir up our minds by way of remembrance. Okay? And what the so-called white man, what society always said, forget about the past, don't worry about that, it's old. No, we're supposed to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to learn when you hit that corner. Them type of people is outside, and I got fucked up. Well, that's the past. Maybe they cool now. No, it's gonna fuck your ass up. You know, so you're supposed to learn. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, all these things you're learning from, and you're supposed to advance as a person. The so-called white man doesn't, but what he pushes on us to forget about this shit. Why? Because if we remember our past, then we gotta fuck with it. This is just common sense on why they do that.
That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior.
So the past is basically the Old Testament, the things of old dealing with the scriptures. That's what the Most High wants to remember. He wants to remember to hate Esau. He wants to remember to keep the dietary laws. Don't eat catfish, don't eat lobster, don't eat this, don't eat that. He wants to remember that. He's not saying that people say, oh, this Bible's written thousands of years ago. You don't gotta read the Old Testament, just get into Psalms and no, man. You get into the whole books, man. The Most High requires that which is past. Everything requires that which is past. That's why when we work at a job, they do inventory at the year. Why? Because they're requiring the past in order to dictate their future. Because if you don't do inventory, you don't know how your business fluctuates throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta know why we're in this condition. In order to know why we're in this condition, you have to go to the past and see when we was doing good and when we was doing bad. If you don't do that, then you just starting over. That means you add them without the skills. You know? Go ahead.
It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
Yes, scoffers are mockers, people that talk stuff and things like that. And one thing is said, in the last days there shall come scoffers. That's all you need to know. That tells you when scoffers come up and they do it on a regular basis, that means it's the last days. Or else everybody would be gathered around here. You know? There's people that scoff. So that like That's why I say that that's when you know, the Bible says what it says and you go off that. Don't go off what you think. You know what I'm saying? And say, oh, well, I believe it's like, no. It says in the last days, it shall come scoffers. Okay? Let's go ahead.
It says, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
Yeah, where is the promise of his coming? They're doubting that the Lord's coming back. Okay? And since the things continue, basically, all the wickedness is going on, I'm just going to be wicked too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Lord coming back. But I'm going to read on. I don't want to jump the gun.
For this they willingly are ignorant of.
They're willingly. It's not by mistake. It's not because they don't know. Our people are willingly ignorant of something. What is they willingly ignorant of?
That by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Yeah, they're willingly ignorant of the fact that the Lord destroyed the whole planet Earth by water. So when we out here telling niggas that the Lord's going to destroy the place by nuclear missile, I don't think my God will do that. You willingly ignorant of knowing all. You mean to tell me that he changed his mind, he changed his foot? What kind of zone were he in to destroy the whole world then? That ain't your God now. No, he did that before, he can do it again. He's a what he said in the Bible, I'm a power that I should not change. He's telling you that ain't nothing changed. I'll fuck you up the same way. So why all of a sudden my God don't do that? Because you don't want to believe that. Because guess what? If I put myself in their shoes, if I believe that, then that means I gotta get right. Because he gonna fuck me up. So if I willingly be ignorant of it, I can do what I want to and act like God's dealing with me and be content with the bullshit I'm in. That's why they don't want to get in this truth. There's a lot of discipline. There's a lot of requirements. You know, you can't just sit here and say, oh, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah, where your beard? You know, like right off the dump. If you can't grow your beard, then that's what it is. Or if I catch you, yeah, I'm at Olive Garden, I see you with the shrimp scampi. Yeah, shrimp scampi. Hey, and I'll be like, yo, you're a Hebrew Israelite, why are you eating that? You know what I'm saying? It's requirements now. You're held to a certain standard once you take on that name. It ain't even taking on the name. It's just getting back into your ordinance, man. You know? Like, you talking about you play basketball, you can't make a layup. I play with rappers. It's all layups. Like, you stunting.
I ain't practicing right.
You know? You stunting. Like, because pro b-ball players don't practice. Don't practice in a while. They practice all day, every day. So, the inconsistency. Just like with the brother that's saying, like, you know, him being distraught with the scriptures and all these religions. I told him because it's inconsistent. The Bible is consistent. It's always, you go outside, yep, it's the sun. You go outside, yep, it's the moon. You look, it's the stars. You know what I'm saying? More people hate the Bible than people love the Bible. Yep, that's true. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man's red all over like a hairy garment. Yep, that's true. You know what I'm saying? They should have a perpetual hatred. Yep, that's true. The Bible makes sense and it's consistent. It just comes to a point where people do not want to be disciplined in the scriptures.
It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment.
So the same heaven, the same earth, basically the same place is kept in store for fire. He destroyed the earth by water. He said that now the same judgment is going to happen, but it's going to be by fire. Therefore, he's going to fuck everybody up again. That's what he's saying. Go ahead.
Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
And perdition, which is destruction of ungodly men. He ain't say the righteous. Now you got to find out, if you reading that, when I read it, I'm going to say, well, what is a godly man? You know, and I need to be that. Because he said, he going to fuck up the ungodly man. Right? So I need to find out what the godly is. And now it goes back into the commandments and the faith. And you just read about godly men. You read the perfect person is to read about the Lord. Okay? You read about the Lord and how he operated. He never fold to no opposition when it came to the scriptures. None. He kept his discipline when he didn't have to. You know, he kept it real all day, man. He fasted, he did everything. He did everything right. So that's a perfect person to look at. Then you got David, you got Solomon, you got Saul, you got Samson, you got, you know, those are examples, and they're good examples because they showed you both sides, you know.
Says, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Yeah, be not ignorant. Don't carry on to not know. Go ahead.
That one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day.
One day is as 1,000 years. 1,000 years is one day. So the Lord's timeline is moving, while ours is slow. So we thinking the Lord like, I'm at the door. You know what I'm saying? To us, it's like, well, for us, the door is like 500 years or 1,000. It's like one step is like a whole different time lapse than down here. So our people, when the Lord says, I'm coming, I'm about to be here. 1,000 years later, like, well, you ain't here, shit. 1,000 years, man, I don't think you exist. Because it's a different time frame. You know what I'm saying? But when he come, he coming. That's why it's like that, because he wanted to come like a thief in the night. You know, and then he also say, my ways are not your